Okay, you can start now.
Oh, okay, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, you can start.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yeah.
So basically, my research topic is related to social marketing. So in my research work, I would like to work upon the potential of social marketing in India. And I would like to work upon simultaneously on its challenges as well as on its opportunities. So मेरा ये अब वो नहीं हो गया. Sorry. So basically, before dwelling more into the topic, let me briefly talk about my understanding of concept of social marketing. So the concept of social marketing was emerged in 1971, and it was introduced by Philip Kotler and Gerard Zeltman with a strong belief that the same marketing principles that are used to sell products can also be applicable to sell changed actions, new attitudes, and better behavior. Since marketing is just not about selling products or services, I think it is much more than that. It influences the consumption pattern of the people, it sets trends, it affects lifestyles, it changes perceptions, it creates acceptance for new ideas. So it has a very broad and wider connotation. So that is why social marketing is the application of marketing concepts to basically bring a behavioral change in the society for the social welfare. So it raises awareness of a given problem or cause and aims to convince the audience to change their behavior in order to, the betterment of the society as well as for the individual. So in this slide, I basically talked about the background of the concept of social marketing and a brief introduction about like what it does. So here I had written like social marketing seeks to influence the perceptions and attitudes of the people. And the main reason why I chose this research, it's not that that this topic has not been touched yet. Uh, Many researchers and academicians had worked upon this topic, but the new part that I figured out was missing was in Indian perspective. Since India is a diverse country, it has cultural, linguistic, religious, and ethnic diversity. So to basically successfully use this topic in Indian context, we need to assess it from the Indian perspective, keeping in mind the cultural and social setup of India. So this is like the statement of problem what I from my side thought was, social marketing campaigns have been running both in India as well as world. But many we have been witnessing that these campaigns have not actually realized their potential. A very common example is that of the commercial that we see in the theaters related to smoking. We all can relate to that commercial, that we all have watched it. But the point is how many of the people who actually smoke get impacted by it. Like what is its impact is still questionable. So we need to assess what is lacking, like what more can be done, what are the challenges that this concept of social marketing and these kind of commercial are actually facing, and how can we bring actually a behavioral change so that it can impact society in a positive way. So social marketing can help to deal with issues that the society faces socially, economically, and environmentally. Also, the changing times, like in the today's present context, what are the challenges we have been facing? Like the researches which were done like 10 years back and the present context have been different. So we need to, more work upon in the present context also, making a relationship and assessing a relationship between social marketing, commercial marketing, and social media marketing requires further research. In India, social marketing can prove to be an effective tool to bring a behavioral change in many issues related to mental health, public health, physical fitness, poverty, hunger, malnutrition, road safety. crime and disorder, sustainability, and many more. Here I've mentioned some of the problems that I have, like there are many problems, like I quoted some of the examples where this concept can be effective. So as we all know, like the smoking campaign have been running for, uh, you know, a lot of many years now, but India is still the second largest consumer and producer of tobacco. It has both economic and as well as health impacts. So these things need to be tackled. Also, like the pollution, single use plastic, and hygiene perspective, India still needs to work upon a lot for the menstrual hygiene, even the water crisis that India is facing. All these aspects can be touched through social marketing, and to finally to successfully achieve the desired result, we need to work upon the challenges that this concept is facing, also the opportunities ahead of that this concept has to make the best out of it. Here I have written my primary objectives and supplementary objectives for this research. So the primary objective is to identify the problems and challenges faced in social marketing in India, and to explore more opportunities for social marketing to deal with many social, economical, and environmental issues. I also want to, categorize my research work and the opportunities into broad categories, that is social, economical, and environmental. Uh, these are the supplementary objectives, how this research can be helpful, that is to integrate measures and suggestions to overcome the existing challenges so that social marketing can be used by industries, academia, and government policy making for social welfare, and the establishment of a relationship of social marketing with commercial marketing and social media marketing. There are many definitions. In this slide, I've briefly introduced the topic. So there are many definitions for this social marketing. Here I've written one of the definition by Rob Donovan in his book, Principles and Practices of Social Marketing. He wrote, social marketing, it is the application of marketing concepts and techniques to exchanges that result in the achievement of socially desirable aims, that is, objectives that benefit the society as a whole. I have also mentioned what is the difference between social marketing and social media marketing. There's a drawback with this topic, that this is often confused with social media marketing. Even when we search this topic, social marketing, online, the many times the research invariably leads to social media marketing. But there's a difference. Social marketing is used to develop the activities that aims or to change the behavior for the benefit of the both individual and society. And social media marketing is the use of social media and social network to market a company's product and services. So there's a very significant difference in both these terms. And here I've mentioned, like there are few researchers that have already explored this topic. So when I read the research paper, I have figured out what has been done on this topic yet, and what are the gaps that I found relevant for my research. So this is a recent paper, The Social Marketing Paradox, Challenges and Opportunities for the Discipline. These are the authors. I've named the authors. So this paper basically was focused on the discipline, like the discipline of social media marketing, not on the practical applications basically. So what are the challenges that are faced by the discipline of social media marketing are broadly categorized into three categories in this paper. That is poor branding of the discipline, competing discipline as an external challenge, and overall reach of the discipline. So what I had found while reading this paper, like competing disciplines which are there are like the behavioral or economics. These have some overlying features with social media marketing, but there's a difference. So due to all these things which are there, this discipline has not has this far-reaching impact at present time, but all these challenges needs to be tackled. So what are the research, what are the gaps or the limitations that was mentioned even in this paper, and the more that I had figured out were this research was basically based on the qualitative analysis, qualitative method. In this research, the 9 academicians and social marketers were interviewed. So this is a small sample size. And also for social media marketing, there's a follow-up study, which was lacking in this research paper. Also, this research wasn't done in the Indian context. This was done by all these authors they are from Australia, or some are from the US. So it was not done basically from the Indian perspective. And India needs, and to basically successfully use this concept in India, we need to assess it from the Indian way, from the Indian perspective. The second paper which I have mentioned in my presentation is on the effect of social media marketing. What do we really know? The author were Bernard Helming and Julia Heller. So they are the gaps that have been mentioned in this paper were since social marketing has a very wide reach, so it can be used. It is highly relevant for topic like conflict resolution, violence related issues. So more research needs to be done, which is presently missing. The second one, the case studies. This discipline and this concept needs more case studies, more follow-up, and more post-campaign evaluation. Also, more studies on social marketing effectiveness aims at measuring behavioral change are needed. Then I have mentioned some of the implications and the significance of this research on various stakeholders, uh, like society, economy, government policy making. So since it is aimed at bringing the behavioral change among the societal members, so for society, it has a very wide and far-reaching implication. That is, as we have written, like the primary aim of social marketing is to influence the consumer behavior. So there are many areas and many social issues, many environmental issues that are pertaining and that are existing in our society can be tackled by this concept, or we can use this concept. Recently, I've been watching a, a Kotler, like Philip Kotler's speech at World Social Marketing Conference. He said that while introducing this concept, or while working upon this concept, uh, he and Gerard Zeltman have this thing in their mind: how can marketing be used to make the world better? So the whole idea behind this concept is making the world better using the marketing techniques. So for economy, since there are many businesses, many industries, many startups which are aiming to bring a healthy and sustainable habits, many, for example, even in the agriculture sector, the farm techniques needs to be like the fertilizer needs to be eco-friendly, not chemical use. All these things are there. So many other also many even the promotion of using the jute bags, say no to plastic campaigns. Also, for example, we can call like save water campaigns. All these things have somewhere related to the concept of social marketing. And for economy, there's a direct implication on the on the corporate social responsibility. Also, this research is significant for the government policy making, since it influence policy, social marketing and influence policy formulation at various levels. Also, it can be beneficial for achieving the India's target for UN Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which were introduced in 2015 by UN. So in order to achieve all those things like no poverty, zero hunger, gender equality, quality education, social marketing can make a significant difference. So I have written the research methodologies that I'll be using. So this research requires a combination of a descriptive and exploratory study. Also, the source of data collection would be qualitative as well as quantitative. I would like to integrate both qualitative as well as quantitative methods. So like for qualitative methods, I would like to use semi-structured or the interview techniques, where I think we can interview social media practitioners or academicians, also case studies on various social marketing campaigns. Like there are many campaigns where I was studying this topic, I came across many campaigns. Like there was a campaign by Amazon, that is Mom to be a Girl, which was related to a girl who was in 50s, who has become a mom, has still some aspirations and desires which actually he gave up due to his responsibilities, so still they can pursue their dreams. Or a good news campaign by Prega News. So doesn't matter whether the child is a boy or a girl, it's always a good news that promotes a gender equality. All these things are a part of social marketing, which directly or indirectly we there are used by many marketing commercials or advertisements. But to actually figure out and to actually make the significant impact, we still need to figure out what are the challenges and what are more opportunities for this discipline or for this concept that we have. For quantitative methods, I think we can have some surveys to observe the behavior and attitude of the people towards social marketing campaigns. And for secondary data, I would be referring to various literature, previous researches conducted, and the books and the websites. So that is all from my side. Rest, I need here I've mentioned the references which help
Okay,
me
Pratap sir.
चलिए.
So can you give some insight to IOC about this presentation? IOC, keep this slide open.
Okay, sir.
So we would
Yes.
like we might like to
So
go
मैं
back
starting
to.
से कर दूं?
नहीं, it's okay. मतलब I'll ask to move where.
ठीक
Sir,
है.
आप बताओ कुछ.
सर अभी मेरे हिसाब से मतलब मेरे को तो खुद काफी सारी चीजें अभी ऐसी हैं जो रह गई हैं, सही तरीके से नहीं हुई हैं.
जैसे
नहीं, ऐसी प्रेजेंट तो तुमने ठीक किया है, कोई उसमें ऐसी बात नहीं है प्रेजेंटेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. बट जो स्टार्टिंग में जो टॉपिक है वो थोड़ा एकदम जनरल था जो तुमने लिखा हुआ है, उसको थोड़ा सा किसी स्पेसिफिक उसमें जो सबसे टॉपिक में तुमने लिखा है ना कि पोटेंशियल ऑफ सोशल मार्केटिंग इन इंडिया. तो ये मतलब पोटेंशियल सोशल मार्केटिंग इन इंडिया, तो कोई पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर स्पेसिफिक कुछ आइडेंटिफाई किया या कोई पर्टिकुलर एरिया है ना, तो वो रख सकते हो कि ये, या कोई गैप जैसी चीज इसमें जो तुमने वैसे अंदर लिखी है. एक तो यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा, क्योंकि काफी जनरल हो गया पोटेंशियल सोशल मार्केटिंग इन इंडिया.
अब तो बेसिकली ये होगा कि अगर कुछ चेंजेस होंगे ना, वो मैं बोलने में ही ला सकती हूँ. एक्चुअली आज मतलब मेरे को आज ही बेसिकली वो पता चला, फोन आया था. सबमिट कर लिया.
Have you already submitted it?
Yeah, I have submitted it today. आज ही करी है सब.
अच्छा, मतलब पीपीटी सबमिट किया है.
पीपीटी सबमिट करिए, बाकी जब बोलना होगा प्रेजेंट तो अभी करना है, तो थोड़ा बहुत बोलने में या फिर.
तो उसमें मैं तुम्हें बता रहा हूँ कि कहाँ पे ये है जो सर भी बता रहे हैं ना, तो जनरल क्यों हो जा रहा है. तो मतलब वी थॉट या आई थॉट एक्चुअली कि सोशल मार्केटिंग पे जब तुम बात करोगे तो तुम थोड़े उसके मेथोडोलॉजिकल डिफरेंसेस पे बात करोगे. लाइक जैसे मतलब आफ्टर योर प्रेजेंटेशन थोड़ा बहुत ये फीलिंग आ रही है कि इट इज जस्ट मार्केटिंग फॉर सोशल कॉज.
अच्छा सर, जनरल हो रहा है थोड़ा.
नहीं जनरल नहीं, मैं तुम समझो वर्ड्स में मैं तुम्हें बता रहा हूँ. इट लुक्स लाइक मार्केटिंग फॉर सोशल कॉज. मतलब वी आर डूइंग द सेम मार्केटिंग but we are doing it for society. We are doing it for some social cause or some purposes which is not कॉर्पोरेट बेस्ड है ना, गवर्नमेंट के पॉलिसीज को लेकर या सोशल इश्यूज को लेकर हम मार्केटिंग कर रहे हैं। बट मेरे हिसाब से तुम्हें इसमें थोड़ा मेथड्स पे जाना चाहिए, है ना। मतलब व्हाई सोशल मार्केटिंग इज डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज द मेथड्स दैट वी विल बी यूजिंग और द टारगेट ऑडियंस के हिसाब से कुछ दिक्कत है, या जैसे एक बायर का माइंडसेट और एक लर्नर के माइंडसेट में फर्क होता है। समझ रहे हो मेरी बात? जैसे मतलब इफ यू वांट टू पिच प्रोडक्ट टू बायर्स, तो आप टारगेट ऑडियंस में, आप अपने कस्टमर सेगमेंट में आप उसको पिच करते हो, बताते हो, सो दैट्स अ मार्केटिंग। बट यहाँ तुम चाह रहे हो कि एक सोशल अवेयरनेस लाए, तो एक पूरी सोसाइटी में उस चीज को तुम अवेयर करना चाहते हो, तो यू वांट पीपल टू लर्न एंड यू वांट पीपल टू चेंज देयर बिहेवियर विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू दैट लर्निंग। तो इसके कारण जो प्रोसेस वाइज डिफरेंसेस है ना, वो तुम्हें बताना पड़ेगा तुम्हें, क्योंकि दैट्स व्हाट आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग फ्रॉम योर प्रेजेंटेशन, कि somehow you will be talking about कि हम सेम मार्केटिंग के तरीके यूज कर ले रहे हैं, ऐसा हमें ऐसा लग रहा है, और we are not actually going behind the science of marketing to make significant change in the process, है ना, for this purpose। और लास्ट में जो तुमने बताया कि जो प्रेगा न्यूज वाला है कि वो तो प्रोडक्ट मार्केटिंग ही है एक तरह से। दे आर यूजिंग वन ऑफ द कॉज, वन ऑफ द सोशल इश्यूज, और उसको बीट करके दे आर थिंकिंग टू पिच द प्रोडक्ट, बट वो सोशल मार्केटिंग में आएगा?
नहीं, वो सोशल मार्केटिंग में आएगा या नहीं आएगा, वो एक बात ये है कि दीज आर द छोटी छोटी जो चीजें अभी एट प्रेजेंट हो रही हैं, लाइक मार्केटिंग भी हो रही है और कुछ ना कुछ सोशल कॉज पे भी बात हो रही है, बट
वो
एक्चुअली
सब तो हम समझ गए, बट तुम्हारा रिसर्च फोकस करेगा सिर्फ अपॉर्चुनिटीज आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए, या फिर प्रोसेस वाइज डिफरेंस को भी आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए?
जैसे आपका टॉपिक है ना, ये टॉपिक कह रहा है पोटेंशियल ऑफ सोशल मार्केटिंग इन इंडिया। अभी तो मतलब सोशल मार्केटिंग एज ए प्रोडक्ट या एज ए कंसेप्ट एक्सेप्टेंस की तरफ बढ़ना चाहिए ना।
हाँ सर, बेसिकली वही पॉइंट है
ना। वो फिर उसके बाद जब ये कंसेप्ट एक्सेप्ट हो जाएगा, तब फिर उस कंसेप्ट को आप के थ्रू आप चीज प्रोडक्ट्स को, आइडियाज को, या किसी एक्शन को, है ना, किसी मिशन को, तब उस इस कंसेप्ट के थ्रू आप उसको जो है वैलिडेट करोगे। तो अब बात आती है कि एज ए टूल आप टूल पर रिसर्च कर रहे हो, या फिर मतलब टूल की इफेक्टिवनेस पर, एप्लीकेबिलिटी
मतलब
पर।
टूल को डिफरेंशिएट करना थोड़ा सा ज्यादा वो बेटर रहेगा, ऐसी कि somehow मतलब you are differentiating how marketing is done for a product or service, how marketing is done for a social cause और purpose, मतलब social purpose के लिए, ठीक है। और वो डिफरेंशिएट तुमको करना पड़ेगा मतलब मार्केटिंग के डिफरेंट स्टेजेस को लेकर, कि जैसे हाउ डू वी आइडेंटिफाई कस्टमर, हाउ डू वी आइडेंटिफाई कस्टमर्स बिहेवियर और कंज्यूमर्स बिहेवियर। यहाँ पे हम पीपल की तरह बात करेंगे, हाउ डू वी आइडेंटिफाई आवर सोसाइटी और उनके बिहेवियर को कैसे, और फिर हाउ डू दे लर्न, इस पे हम ज्यादा ध्यान देंगे। जैसे हम मार्केटिंग में ध्यान देते हैं हाउ डू दे बाई, बट हम यहाँ पे हमें ये ध्यान देना पड़ेगा ना हाउ डू दे लर्न, क्योंकि बेसिकली वी वांट टू मेक देम लर्न।
ओके सर,
है ना। and we also have to go on those basics की how a behavioral change, है ना, happens in a society।
एक्चुअली हैपेंस।
तो हाँ, तो उन प्रोसेस वाइज जो डिफरेंशिएशन तुमको इसमें ज्यादा जरूरी है, कि यू नीड टू फाइंड मोर एंड मोर tools, more and more way to market something socially, है ना, rather than using the same marketing tool टू मार्केट द सोशल, मतलब जो भी आपके पास सोशल कॉज के रिलेटेड जो अवेयरनेस है।
ठीक है सर, ठीक है।
समझ आई बात?
तो हाँ सर, जो आप कह रहे हो मेरे को थोड़ा समझ आ रहा है एक्चुअली ना, ये सारी चीजें
तेरे को मतलब मेन बातें तुमने बता ही दिया, तो आई नीड टू स्टॉप द रिकॉर्डिंग। अब यू कैन कंटिन्यू।